Can you share something unique about you which most people are not aware of?
I don't know if there is anything unique as such. I try to really, and I've worked very hard to do this, but I try to detach myself from work as far as possible when I'm in my personal space. Because hospitals, we are a 24/7 environment. It was inevitably the first 5 6 years of my work. I would keep getting calls from work,
Mm,
like in the night, and I continuously embroidered work. And that's something that is part and parcel of what we do. And I realize that it's not possible to have a clear delineation or just go off grid, switch off the phone and all. So what I've worked on is that even if I take calls or sometimes I work on weekends as well, and I of course get a lot of calls and I'm answering mails or whatever. But mentally I'm not there. So I consciously make it a point to not affect me when I'm at home with my family. I don't go on discussing it. I don't let
mhm.
it change my and all as such. That's something that has come with, I'd say, 4 5 years of practice. But I've consciously worked hard to get there. I'm still doing it. I still do better.
Yeah. Can you share a bit more on how do you do that? Especially, let's say, if it's a Sunday and you have a call at 11 a.m. and you have a call, let's say, at 2 or 3 p.m., then
Yeah.
how do you make sure that in between that time, you are with your
Yeah.
family or you're just not worried or overthinking about those two calls?
So I don't make it become the locus of my identity. I think a lot of times
Mm,
people draw entire identity from work. And for many of us, it's true. So if I meet somebody outside and the natural question is, what do you do? And so now I feel if I'm not doing anything, which I think is also blissful in so many ways, it's to be at home, I love cooking with my kid, but then what would I answer for that question? So I think a lot of us draw so much identity from the work. And I also did it for the longest time. And then my entire circle was centered of my work professional circle, even circle of friends. And even with friends, you were talking about work. At home, me and my husband, both of us work a lot. We would be talking about work. So I have gone work to remove that. So in my other conversations, I try to keep work minimal so that it's not on the top of my mind. And I talk about other things that are happening in the world, what I'm doing in life, whatever things we are doing together, what I like other than work. So I
mm.
think that's because then that takes mind away from work also. And it's a stress buster. It helps us reduce stress. There's so much stress in life already in the environment. And then on top of that, continuous work stress. So I have consciously removed it from my other conversations. That itself has helped.
Thank you. Yeah. And I remember like when you introduced yourself, you mentioned that you are a mother. And many times we don't do that. We think this is professional or this is work related. And we associate ourselves with either our titles or our industry. So thank you for adding that. I think that's a very deep answer to a very simple question, right? That who you are is not just what you do, but you also practice it by not either talking about the other stuff or not just talking about like what is so easy or convenient to always talk about, especially in our culture. So thank you for adding that.